rookie of the year, last category. You've already alluded to it. Chet is injured, so I think this race is maybe a little less interesting than it could have been. I'm going surprisingly with the number one pick, Paolo. But the number one pick doesn't often win rookie of the year. You look back a little bit and you figure they would be almost a lock for it, but they're not. I reckon Paolo's going to enter, the Magic. He's got a decent young core around him, but I think he's going to get, 18, 20 points a game, get his 5 boards, maybe 5 assists, that kind of, sexy stat line where they look like they're doing everything. But hopefully, for your sake, impact some winning as well, kind of raises that team. That team really doesn't need to finish much higher than they already are. Like they really just need to add on like one win and instantly everyone's like, that's a successful season. That's it. That's our core coming together. They're getting games together. Because I don't see the guy, no disrespect, I just can't remember his name. I think it's not Jalen Smith, is it? It's Jabari Smith. I don't see him having the same level of impact in Houston. I think Jalen Green and Kevin Porter Jr. are going to have the ball in their hands far more than him. And maybe I should have done more research. I can't recall the draft from that point on for a player that there. Keegan Murray, I guess, comes to mind, but Sacramento is pretty well in love with their De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis combo. Yeah, those are the rookies that I can recall there. Maybe you got someone different.
Hello, I was gonna go for a bit of a hot take, as you would call it here, Nick. I was going to go for Benedict Mathurin at the Pacers, but you sort of alluded to it the last topic there, where the Pacers still have healed, and obviously Turner sort of just taking touches and possessions when they probably don't need to be in Indiana at the moment, and whether they get shipped out soon or by the trade deadline, who really knows? And I think that's going to hurt sort of his sort of production there as a rookie, because if those players were shifted and they would obviously give him several more minutes, I think he's really got that sort of playing style that could really put in that conversation. So I have gone with the same pick as you, man, and I guess I won't complain that if a Magic man wins the Rookie of the Year here, and I like what the kid did obviously in the preseason. Did some solid, solid sort of showings out there in the leagues that he played in. But so I'm saying obviously, Banchero for Rookie of the Year too. I think there's probably limited competition that's obvious at this point. And the Magic will give him the keys to the offense from day one. He's got the potential there to put up, I don't know, 20 and 8 probably, and maybe a few assists too. And I think that's probably enough to win it. But I think the bigger point here is, I say it with a tinge of, disappointment, that I would have much rather had another season where Chet sat on the sideline. We won about 22 games again, and we put ourselves right there in the sort of the category where we are percentage odds for Victor, and we're basically OKC. Obviously, I love by sort of default what's happened there, and obviously some additional decisions that you have to make because of that. But, I don't know, if Paolo goes out there, has a great season, like you said, we might win a few more games. Let's say we crack around the 30-win mark there. I don't know, our percentage then drops, right, for that first pick, and everyone wants that first or second pick. And we don't want that second pick. We've got freaking 400, guards anywhere already at the moment.
Well, I heard, like one of the other podcasts I listened to, they were talking about Magic currently have 8 lottery picks on their team, right? So I think you've got your youth, you've got your building plan here. You need to start doing something with it. Look, here's the thing. I looked at Victor, and phenomenal talent, going to be fantastic. But there's one thing that everyone just seems to be glossing over or getting like subdued over. He's 7'4" at present. Maybe he grows more, maybe he doesn't. There is no one really over the height of 7'1" that has had a very successful career, right? And we're seeing it right now with Chet. over 7'1", over 7'1". I'm specifically stopping at 7'1". I'm aware of the Giants at 7'1".
So you're saying Victor's not going to have a successful career? Is that just hot take?
No,
Finish off
no,
with that?
no. The hot take comes from they don't have a successful career because 9 times out of 10 they can't get longevity in their career, right? So my personal interpretation would be for him to have a successful career, he needs to win like 3 championships in like 6 or 8 years because the odds of him getting beyond 30 are low, right? It's just you look at players. Kristaps Porzingis is the most recent example of a unicorn that couldn't stay healthy, and now he's just kind of plodding along, right? Bring this up in a couple of years. Bring this up in a couple of years.
I can see we're going to come from a whole different point of view here. I'm more visioning that. Imagine Chet Holmgren and Victor, however you say his surname, are on the same team. Who is going to guard that combo? Who is going to guard that combo? All right, whether inside or outside. All right, I don't know who else has the personnel to be able to guard effectively 2 players over 7 foot that can play. I don't know. I'm gonna keep my hands here the whole time here because I'm looking forward to the next 12 months and obviously seeing how that plans out, man.
I know one thing that can stop them. The injury list. That's going to stop them from realizing their potential. I'm sorry.